Josh Green here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Ezra Arenyeka here a day or two after defeat to Ben Whittaker, but certainly put on a performance down in London. How you doing, mate?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me
Yeah,
today.
very well, very well. How's it all been since fight night? The last couple of nights, just reflecting on your performance.
I'm not. I've been okay. Obviously, happy, not too happy when you lose. But I look at it as bag of experience for me. Preparing me for greater things ahead. Yeah, I just went in there with someone who has vast experience in boxing. Is that I've been boxing for 8 years. He's been boxing since he was 7 years old. An Olympian. Many did not give me any chance in that fight at all. Some thought I was gonna get knocked out within 3 rounds or something like that. But I went 10 rounds with him, and I made it a difficult fight for him in the sense that he knew he had to continuously work. If not, I was gonna be there to catch him, man. But it was a great experience for me. Ben is really good. He's a really slick fighter, and he has a bright future ahead of him, indeed. You know.
For you, leading up to the fight, a lot of people were saying this is going to be a dominant performance from Ben Whittaker. He's going to get this guy out of here in 2 or 3 rounds. You proved a lot of people wrong on Saturday night just by lasting the full 10 rounds, never mind putting up a real fight as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah. The thing is, people don't know me, People that don't know me, so I don't blame them for having those thoughts or for saying those things. I've only had one fight here in the United Kingdom prior to this fight. As a professional, most of my fights were in Africa. My last fight was in Colombia, you see. So, but now the whole England have seen me fight now. Hopefully, I'll get more fights here in England and build on this, and I will come again. Yeah.
Obviously, the story of this fight between yourself and Ben started quite a while back at that
Yeah.
press conference when you sort of launched yourself into the public eye. I mean, when that happened and when you made that step into the press conference, did you really believe that the fight against Ben was going to be there?
Yeah. I had because I knew it was great for TV. It was a great story. There's a backstory. 'Cause if Ben did fight me, who would have he gone to fight? No one, someone no one knew. Get me? So I gave Ben a dancing partner for this fight, which was quite interesting. And we did the media, we did the trash talking, we did everything. So it was great for TV, it was great for marketing, and it was great for entertainment. And yeah, we made the fight happen. I put up a good fight for 10 rounds, and I'm the better man won on that night. So yeah.
What did you make of Ben's conduct and some of the things he had to say about you throughout the weeks leading up to it, and especially the press conference and then the weigh-in, obviously, where he sort of grabbed you a little bit round the throat?
So listen, I went to Ben's press conference and called him out. I was the one who looked for trouble, right? You would say that. So I don't take anything to heart. I don't take offense to anything. It's a game win. There's no we're boxers. We go in there, we trade punches, we try to knock each other out unconsciously. So there's no room for ethics, or there's no room for, oh, why did he say that or why did he do that? So you can't get offended, you get what I'm saying? Because of the kind of sport we're in. So I don't really hold nothing against him. He does his thing, I do my thing. We're both different fighters. He has his own charisma, I've got my own charisma, and we'll keep it going. So yeah.
During the fight itself, I assume you haven't had a chance to watch it back yet, but are there any things that, looking back now, you may have done differently in that fight?
Um, what have I done different? I feel like looking back at it is the game plan was always to pressure him. I wish I did. But maybe I felt like I should have taken more risks, you know, taken more risks, try to land the right hand a bit more. But throughout the whole fight, I could tell if I did that, I was gonna miss and was gonna counter me because he's very slick and you could see a lot of things. You get what I'm saying? The way he is and his movement was amazing. So, but as I say, styles make fight. Put a different fighter in front of me, will be a different story.
Was the way Ben acted in the ring and the sort of style he had what you expected him to be like?
Yeah, it's what I expected him to be like, but better. Does that make sense?
Mm.
Better than on TV. Like, yeah, it looks all right. But when you're in there, I was like, okay, he's the real deal in terms of the way he fights and that style. It's very um it's to be hard to beat him. You know, you have to be very experienced. I'm still a novice and as a professional. Does that make sense?
Mm.
You know, I've only been boxing for 2 years, so I think you need someone at very high level to a lot of experience. But obviously, he's not going to face that now, but down the line to actually do something to him. But yeah,
There was a moment, I think it was just past the midway point in the fight, where you were heading back to the corner and Ben came and put his arm around you as such, and you sort of put a headbutt in, you could say. I mean, thinking about that now, what was the sort of reasoning behind that?
no. So listen, Ben is Ben. He does what he does. I'm me. I'm me. You get what I'm saying? So him walking me back to my corner is just Ben being Ben. Me headbutting him is just me being me. You know, is the fighter, is a character. I mean, don't do that. I'm not one of those fighters. I didn't come to lie down for him. I didn't come there to bow to him. You get what I'm saying? So that was just my initial first thought or way to react towards whatever he was doing at that time. You know.
Did you think it was disrespectful from Ben?
Um yeah, it's listen, it's all entertainment at the end of the day. Ben is a showman, he's a big showman, he's a superstar. Um, he's building a brand, and this is what people pay to watch. You can in that context, you can say it's disrespectful, but for me, I just retaliated and did just be the man I am and headbutt him. Don't come in my space and don't do that to me. You can do that with other fighters, but don't do that to me. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because I am a champion. You know, I'm not here to just come and lose or wherever.
In Ben Whittaker's career, we've seen a lot of that showboating in the ring, but probably less of that on Saturday night. Does that, in your opinion, reflect well on what you did in the ring, that we saw less of that and he had less time to do all that showboating?
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. Less time, you know, because the whole point was to put pressure on him and take advantage of any time he tries to do that. But I think Ben's a very, very clever boy. I think prior to the fight, he knew not to do that with me. He knew I was coming to fight him. He knew I was coming with everything. So he knew just to come and box and be very careful, you know. So yeah.
After the fight, he said that he dominated that fight, and he actually said he made you look like a clown. I mean, what are your reactions to those comments?
Does that look like a clown to you? No, I did not look like a clown. He was walking from round one to round 10, right? He was walking hard from round one to round 10. He wasn't having it all his way. He knew he was walking from round one to round 10, and everyone else saw it also. There was no breaks in between, you know, and if he would have wasted any time, I'd have landed clean on him and probably knocked him out. You know, obviously he's doing his talking. He can do his talking and won the fight. So yeah, respect to him.
Um, Ben Whittaker moving forwards, we've seen what he can achieve at the level he's fought at so far, but many people are expecting him to go on and become a world champion, possibly even in multiple weights. From what you experienced on Saturday night, is that something he can achieve?
Listen, boxing, anyone can achieve anything if you put your mind to it. So if that's what Ben aspires to be or to become, yeah, of course, he's got the team, he's got the dedication. He can do whatever he wants to do. And if he wants to become a champion, yeah, he just needs to put in the work and he get there. And I'm sure he can because he has the right team and the right support around him. So yeah, it's very possible for him. You know.
What does the future look like for yourself? We know you're now based up in the northwest, in near Manchester. Hoping to see you out again in the near future.
Yeah. So I'll just go back to the drawing board. Obviously, for me, why I said it to be hard for me to get any fight will be as difficult as this for me. You know, I don't see any prospect in England being as difficult as Ben, in my opinion, because styles do make fight. You know, so now if to go back to the drawing board, improve, get some more wins, then challenge again, probably get a belt. sometime end of this year or early next year. And yeah, see what boxing, anything can happen. So yeah, I'm just going back. I love boxing. I don't do it for it's a lifestyle for me. It's enjoyable. So I'll keep on doing it and see what the future holds. And I'm sure being able to get myself here from thin air, from being a nobody, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure I can get myself to bigger fights also down the line. So yeah.
You went about it getting that Whittaker fight with the way you went about it at the press conference, doing the call out as such. I mean, are we going to see anything like that again? Have you got anything up your sleeve?
Yeah. I'm just observing. Right now, I'm just observing. Right now, I just want to go back and do my own thing like I did before I came out. When I've gone, just do my own thing. I'm gonna come out again, maybe around this time next year. I'll look for a bigger fish to fry, and let's see how we do again. Yeah.
Who do you see as those big fish to fry? UK
You
prospects
know,
in the division.
yeah, there's a lot of prospects in England. To be fair, the light heavyweight scene is not that big. The only two prospects that comes to my mind, Carl Itoma and your Ezra Taylor, I believe. Yeah. So those guys are all right. So if down the line Frank wants to pull a nice belt on the line with some good money, yeah, I'll take them on. You get what I'm saying? They're not Ben Whittaker. They've not got the slickness of Ben Whittaker. I'm sure they'll be more brave and stand there and trade with me. And yeah, people can really see my power and my skill come out there. You get what I'm saying? So styles will make fights, and I'm sure with those two guys, it will make for an interesting fight. So, but yeah, obviously I'm gonna just create some noise with my name here in England, have some more fights here in England, and see what the future holds. This is only my second year in my professional career. I've still got a long career ahead of me. So a lot can happen, a lot can change, a lot can happen down the line.
How different is the boxing community and everything around boxing over here since you've been in the UK to what it was like back in Nigeria and even some of the other countries where you fought?
Things I've always been in. I've always done my been in England for boxing. I just went abroad to fight. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So, but yeah, the boxing community over there is obviously the standard and everything is different, and just like every culture and everywhere else in the world, everything is always different. Obviously England have got a better infrastructure in terms of being able to make more money and stuff like that. And I think that's the only difference. But the fighters, they're true fighters, they're strong fighters, and yeah, yeah, no, boxing is a very beautiful sport. It's very interesting. It gives an interesting life, I would say. Without boxing, I think life is boring. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
couldn't agree more, mate. Well, yeah, thank you very much for your time, Ezra. Really appreciate it. And yeah, hope to see you out again.
Thanks. Thanks for having me. Yeah, man. Thank you.